how to draw pictures in question 1 here. So again, you don't really need to take it into Excel or do anything. You don't need to recreate the graph or anything in Excel. You can just play with it as it is. And so I say, well, there were some other questions in the chapter about looking at pictures like this and trying to figure out what the prices would be. Kind of a price discrimination question because it asks what price should the firm charge in each market. And so you can see lots of discussions and lots of different pictures about price discrimination there.
Yeah, I know how to figure it out, but just trying to put the lines on the graph so I can get an exact number.
Yeah. It may not get an exact number because, again, it's only giving you 10, 20, 30, and you get some little lines in between. So there might be a little bit of estimation on your part, I guess. So I mentioned down here that actually what I said, it would be easiest to copy and paste the picture above. This was, I should have changed that because this was back when I had the on-campus class and they had to submit their answers to me in a Word document or Excel document. You guys don't have to do that. So you could just, if you wanted to, you could just solve everything in this Word document that you have here since you're not submitting anything to me. But then the second part of that is you could draw directly on the picture using insert shapes to do parts B and C. So, and this may differ depending on what type of Excel that you have. If I go up here to the Insert tab, and again, this may differ depending on different versions of Excel, but if you just look at Insert Shapes, if you don't have the version that I have. So here's Shapes here, draw shape. And you might wonder, well, a line isn't really a shape, but it is. So here I've got the lines section, and I can see these lines here. So if I wanted to draw a line, maybe we'll just say where this blue line and the purple line kind of diverge from each other. I don't know if this is what you need to do in the question. I'm just kind of trying to think of a random place to draw a picture. And so if I want to know, well, at what quantity and at what price does this purple line diverge from this blue line here, right at this little intersection? So a way I can do that is, again, I've selected to insert a line. It knows you want to do a shape when you see this cross and where your cursor is, that you have this T here. And so if I hold the mouse button down and I can kind of make the line do different things. If I hold the shift button, it will keep it on like 90 degrees, 45 degrees,
okay,
0 degrees, I guess. And I kind of trace this down, and I try to draw it somewhat well. Let me zoom in if I can. So the way I drew it, it doesn't look exactly like 55, but it seems to be probably close enough to a quantity of 55 down here. And if I insert the shape again, if I want to figure out the price, oops, then again, I could go to this intersection and hold the button down, and as I move it this way, it's going to go lots of different places, but if I hold the shift button down, it kind of forces it on the horizontal. And if I come over this way again, it looks a little higher than where 35 would be, but it looks pretty close to 35. And I tried being nice when I asked you the questions in the on the assessment. If this is where you thought it would be and you think it's pretty close to 35, I'm not going to give you a possible answer choice of $35 and then $36 and $34.75. It should be pretty clear when you see the different possible answers there.
The shift button is...
The shift button will hold it to be parallel or horizontal.
That's what I needed. I needed that shift button.
Uh-huh.